So John, you've been in management a lot of years now. Surely can't get any easier to suffering a last-minute goal.
It's frustrating, I don't think for 1 second we deserve to lose the game. If they told me that after 15 minutes, I'd have disagreed with you, because they moved the ball quickly. We knew what we'd expected. We planned for it. It didn't quite work out, our plan. They didn't score because of good passing play. They scored from an horrendous header by ourselves. But they did pass it well, and they created a couple of chances in that spell. And then we changed the shape and we were quite comfortable. Really poor goal to concede the second one. Shouldn't get in between our centre-halves. And then we wrestle our way back into the game. And then at 2-2, there's only looks to be one winner. We're the ones who are the aggressor. And Toby hasn't made a save. And then, deep into stoppage time, you get an offside that we don't think's offside. And from the free kick, they go up the other end, put the ball in the box. We should deal with that better. And the lads headed it in, and it's a complete body blow for how hard the players have worked. They're a good side, MK Dons, let's make no bones about it. But we showed that we can match them, and our style of football could get on top of them and give them problems. And we did. We give them problems all day. We took the ball off them quite a lot of times, and didn't quite get the finishing touch. At 2-2, we've had a glorious opportunity where Paul's gone. He should have played Adam in, and he's shot and it's gone over the bar. And just little things like that if we can get right, we can go and win games. And we could have won this game today without playing any difference. If we'd have had the rub of the green with some of the decisions we had against us today, I think we probably would have won the game. But you can't govern for referees. You can't govern for mistakes made by individual players. So we've just got to battle through it and try and do our best to try and come out of this. We're working hard. You can see that the players are running themselves into the ground. Some big performances out there. I thought Sean was immense as a captain. But we've got to defend better. We can't be conceding 3 soft. That's 7 goals we conceded in a week, and every one of them are avoidable.
It's sickening to take for all of us conceding so late on, but you've got to be pleased with the second half performance.
I'm pleased with it. I mean, the character doesn't surprise me. I know that they've got that. But I was pleased with some of the football we played. It's disappointing we didn't capitalise on the chances that we made, or more of them. It's very difficult to keep a lid on the players when they're getting frustrated with the decisions that are going against them. Matt Butcher going off injured. He hasn't sliced his own ankle open. It's a bad tackle. And, we're getting players booked for less than that. He doesn't even give a foul. And that's the disappointing thing, that the identification of fouls on us seems to be non-existent at the moment. And yet we're giving plenty away. To get 1 foul in the first half today defies belief. And he didn't want to give that foul. I think the linesman ended up giving it, not just being bundled over. But, we must have had 5 or 6 fouls that weren't given today in the first half. Paul Smith gets booked for an innocuous challenge where he's being fouled 5 seconds before. And this is just a recurring theme. And, little minor points that can become so massive in a game. Cam picks the ball up and throws Dion Charles clean through. The referee says he's took it from the wrong place. And he's took it up if he's 2 feet away from where he's took it. Yet he lets their lads creep 20 yards with the ball, and a ball's gone out by the edge of the box and lets him take it on the halfway line. He lets the keeper take free kicks 25 yards in. You just don't feel as though we're getting a fair crack of the whip at the moment, and this has been a recurring theme all season, and that's not the reason why we're not winning games. But it certainly makes it difficult to win games. And little things that stop you in your momentum and give the other team momentum is massive. And the offside that's led to the goal, I've got to see it again, because you can never be 100% certain. But nobody thought it was offside, and they scored from that. And instead of us having a throw in on the edge of their box, we're not. And I just sometimes I get staggered by what I see. But I've got to keep going. What's the alternative? Pack in.
We've said it many times this season. All you can do is kind of motivate the lads, and I suppose you're doing that bit, but then they're going onto the field and they're becoming demotivated by decisions that are going against.
You've got to keep a lid on them. They've got to keep the discipline. No, I think we had 5 bookings today, and probably 3 of them were merited. But if 3 of them are merited, they probably should have had 3 bookings themselves, and they don't. And that's where, if you see 2 identical fouls, one gets a yellow and one doesn't, just because it's us. And that was the same against Bristol Rovers on Tuesday. They weren't getting bookings for fouls that should be bookings, and it's been going on all season. I've got to pick myself up first, and that's after that body roll in the last minute, that's a feat in itself. But I will do. And as much as I speak about it on here about the inconsistency in decisions, we've got to put that to the back of our minds. And we've got to. It seems to me we've got to play extra special. We've got to rise above it to win. And if that's what we've got to do, we'll have to do it. And we'll have to just cope with the bad decisions that we get every week. You
mentioned the injury to Matt Butcher then. I suppose it's one of them that we just wait and see what the outcome is.
Yeah, it's another one that we'll have to wait and see. But they're racking up now. But listen, we changed the system. It got us a foothold into the game. We've got a big game against Wednesday, and we'll give it our best shot.
And like you said, then an extra day in some ways to prepare for the visit of Sunderland. How are we looking personnel elsewhere?
We'll see what Colby's like, and we'll take it from there.